Everything rises and falls on leadership. Those are the words of John C. Maxwell. Great individual. I've been following him and reading his books for a number of years. When it comes to leadership, there's many various things that we can talk about, use as examples. And today I want to talk to you guys about what I like to call the Dead Sea Principle. And if you're not familiar with the Dead Sea, it's located in Israel. What's so special about the Dead Sea? You may think, oh, I think I've seen a few pictures of people floating on the salty water. Okay, that's one of its, I guess you can say, characteristics, and one of the things that people might know that for. But I wanted to share just a couple thoughts and a few facts about the Dead Sea, and then give you a little comparison. The Dead Sea is actually located at the lowest point of Earth. It's estimated, depending on, it's big, it depends on its geographical location. It's estimated between 1,300 to 1,400 feet below sea level. And also the salty content of the water is like 10 times saltier than just your average sea. And because of that high, you can say, density of salt in there, that's why, you've probably seen some people just kind of like literally sitting on the water and holding, like reading like a book and things of that nature. And what is also another interesting fact about this Dead Sea is literally has no living animals or even seaweed and etc. Only certain bacteria and fungi. Because of its saltiness, practically, nothing can live there. No fish in it, etc. And another interesting aspect about the Dead Sea is this, that fresh water does go into it, but absolutely nothing comes out of the Dead Sea. It only takes in, and that's it. So I wanted to kind of give you this comparison, or should I say a challenge and a question. Are you, as an individual, as a leader, are you like the Dead Sea, or are you like a fresh body of water? Because you understand that when it comes to like the fresh body of water, you'll have living organisms there, fish, and even if somebody even just wants to even drink the water, they'll be okay, depending on what it is. But when it comes to the Dead Sea, I've heard people telling about this. Even my parents, they went to be in Israel in Dead Sea, that it's so salty that if it gets into your eyes or in your mouth, you got to go right away and start washing out, because it's just so harsh. It's just so bitter, and if you swallow it, I doubt you'll die from it, but you're going to definitely have an upset stomach. And you know what, it seems like that we have quite a few individuals or leaders that are like the Dead Sea. You know what I mean? There's a lot going into them, but there's really nothing that's alive that's coming out of them. In comparison to other individuals who are like the fresh living water, that not only, they're able to take in other waters, but they're also able to release it. And this is something for us to think about, that a lot of times it has to do with our mindset, with our attitude. It has a lot to do with our heart. It has a lot to do with our character, that, whether some people like that, maybe you were one of those individuals, that it's tough to be around individuals that are like the Dead Sea. It seems like, they're big. It seems like they have a status. It seems like they have a title. They have finances. They have, some kind of influence. But as you're in their fellowship, as you're in their environment, you feel just like so much saltiness in your heart and in your, even as your spirit, man, if I can say it this way. Another thing that I've learned when I began to research the Dead Sea is this, that after swimming in it, you have to, when you go out of it, obviously everything dries off and you have like a nice layer of salt all over. You have to go and wash it off, or else it's going to start burning through your skin. Sometimes that's what it feels like, after we interact with certain individuals, or after we have worked, or maybe you still are working for a specific individual, just after being in their environment, in their presence, you walk out of there like literally covered in a layer of salt, and you're like, oh my goodness, man, I just want to go and take a shower, metaphorically speaking. So I want to challenge you as I conclude this, my friend, that don't be an individual or a leader that's like the Dead Sea, only taking in but not giving anything out. But become an individual that's able to add fresh water to a person's heart, to a person's mind, by challenging them, by supporting them, by serving them, by raising them up, by uplifting them up. Because we have way too many individuals out there just totally salting you down, so to speak. So as I finish this, my friend, I want to challenge you again, have the right heart and the right mental attitude as you serve others, especially if you're in an influential position like a leader. All right, until next time.